In Washington, D.C., over a period of less than 2 weeks, 10 Black and Latinx, that's the gender-neutral term for Latino or Latina, teenagers have disappeared in Washington, D.C., and it went largely unreported until the Twitter handle @BlackMarvelGirl tweeted this. It takes 3.2 seconds to retweet and to help find these 8 Black girls reported missing in Washington, D.C. during the past 3.5 days. There was an additional tweet with the rest of the names. I will read them now. Currently 2 13-year-olds, Yeshaya Enoch and Ania McNeil, 5 15-year-olds, Juliana Otero, Jacqueline Lassie, Deshaun Trikia Wallace, Diana White, and Morgan Richardson, and 1 16-year-old, Talisha Coles, are still missing. Some of the original 10 were found, and since they're minors, they're not providing information as to what happened with that disappearance. According to the Huffington Post, 37 juveniles of those reported missing since January have not been located based on a HuffPo analysis of press releases and tweets of the critically missing. All of those 37 missing are Black or Latinx. And so press releases and tweets are now issued for every missing person who falls into the critical missing category. This is the new initiative by Chanel Dickerson, the new commander of DC's Police Youth and Family Services Division. That includes persons under the age of 15, over 65 with a medical condition that could put them in harm's way, or where there's an indication of foul play. Now, this is an important move because until now, since such a large percentage of those who disappear end up being runaways, they said that they've kind of been getting lazy and just saying every person who disappears from this neighborhood is probably a runaway. But now that is the new protocol for reporting missing persons. And there's going to be a new Twitter handle from that department to do that. So
some prominent African Americans in social media are concerned that on a day like today, where the possible kidnapping of Elizabeth Thomas, the 15-year-old white girl from Tennessee, gets so much press coverage, and we covered it as well, that it's disproportionate, and that not only are Black girls not getting enough help in literally being found, as much as the more highly publicized cases like Elizabeth Thomas, but that there might be some assumptions as to that goes into that coverage. Well, I mean, they could say it's a bad neighborhood, and hence they're more likely to run away from issues that come up in that neighborhood. Well, by the way, sometimes that is true, right? And sometimes that's your assumption. Some of the girls are as young as 8. There was a big case in 2014 with an 8-year-old, right? Some of the names that Brett just read to you are as young as 13. So I think that this is probably a very unfair assumption for a lot of the African American girls that are missing that also could use the help that further attention gives. And second of all, I mean, if you had Elizabeth Thomas' situation where she was said to have been kissing the teacher before they left together in some way, by some of the students, and she was said to have, and her father says they exchanged messages on the phone. He says they were, the teacher, 50-year-old teacher says they were friends. Now, does that excuse any of the things that the teacher did? Absolutely not. Does that make the situation for Elizabeth Thomas any better? Absolutely not. But remember, if that was an African American girl from a poor neighborhood, and they said, well, she did kiss that guy, and she was exchanging messages with him, are you positive that they wouldn't just say, well, that's a runaway. They ran away together. It's not really a missing person. Let's not make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I think this goes to the notion of which victims are framed as victims and which groups of people are framed as culpable in terms of why they're missing. Are they missing? Are they missing, or did they make this choice? And I think even framing things as, or framing folks as runaways, running away from what, right? What kind of social conditions are they running away from that still might require some kind of police intervention, right? So that doesn't, absolve you from having to do your job because of what you think might have possibly happened. That's not how you police, right? Yeah. That's not how you, do your job.
Such a great point. Can I just say, Amberia, I never thought of that. Like, you're right. Like, of course it's bad either way, but like, my God, if the 13-year-old actually ran away, hurry up, find her, because the younger you are and the more susceptible you are to an older person getting you involved in things like the sex trafficking, etc. So it's not like, well, I mean, she ran away, so I guess let's just let her get trapped by an older guy into doing terrible things.
Sure.
No, go find her. Let alone the people who are actually missing because someone kidnapped them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, there needs to be some kind of social work that's done after that, just to make sure that these people who are in, no matter if it's Elizabeth Thomas or, Ania McNeil, there is something that's done afterwards when you find these folks.
Yeah, and I'm going to reiterate, doesn't mean you should do less in finding Elizabeth Thomas. For God's sake, find her, okay? But you should also do as much to find all these girls. And by the way, it's a stunning fact in this article that it's almost unbelievable. They said 40% of confirmed sex trafficking victims, who are of course overwhelmingly female, are black. 40% are black, and according to a 2013 report from the Justice Department, okay? And 56% of the confirmed labor trafficking victims are Latina.
Yeah.
What? So that's 96% black and Latina. So when people in those groups say, hey, you might want to pay attention here because our groups are getting victimized at a much larger rate, and boy, that is a giant issue. It's not just complaining, it's saying, hey, can we get help? Because obviously this affects us disproportionately, and we require that assistance from the whole society so that our kids are not captured and then put into the sex trade.
Absolutely.
As decent human beings, you might want to heed that call for help.
You know who's going to stop Trump, stop the establishment, stop the corruption? You are. You help us hire new investigative reporters, and we will unleash it on them. tytnetwork.com/go. Let's build the best journalism team in America.